If you're going to be screen recording, what you're going to want to do first is have a couple settings turn on to make it easier for you. If you go to the settings portion of your iPad, the first thing that I would find is your control center. And under customize control, I would just make sure that screen recording is an option there, because it's going to make it easier when you have your control center pulled up to just click your screen recording option there. The other thing I would do is get this little pointer that I have on here, especially if you're going to want to point at things that you're talking about. And the way you do that, you go to accessibility, you need to select touch, and then assistive touch is what this is called. You're going to want to make sure this is turned on. There's a lot of characteristic or customization you can do here within, depending upon how specific you want it to be, but just turning it on will get you this little dot that will help you to point at things as you talk about things. If you're interested in being able to write something while you're explaining it, I have a couple of recommendations there. You can use the Notes app. To get a new one, you're just going to select this new button at the top. I always select this to make it bigger. And then selecting the little pen button should allow you to write all over the screen with your finger or with a stylus. An alternative option, if you want, is to use Jamboard. You should have the ability to create one, and it will just be a blank canvas that you can write on in here. Once it loads, I will show you, but it has your pen options as well as other things you can do. So there's a pen, there's an eraser, you can use different colors. Jamboard does have a laser pointer function that you can write and just kind of point at things if you choose. You also can just talk over your Pear Deck if that's one of the activities you're doing. As you're looking at the Pear Deck and explaining maybe some of the problems, do make sure that you're outlining for me why you picked the numbers you did in your chart, as well as telling me with each row what it's talking about and why that's true. You are welcome to just talk it through in the order that you would have done the problem, or you can just go straight down the row, directing order, whatever you need. But I want to hear what your domain is and why, what your range is and why, and so on and so forth. So explain to me what each piece really is. When you are done, to start your screen record, you're going to go to your control center. This button here on mine is already flashing because it's already going. If you're going to start it, what I always do is I push and hold this button. Yours will say start recording right here. You want to make sure your microphone is on. It typically defaults to being off, and so you want that turned on. But you'll just start your recording. It will give you a 3-second countdown for you to start talking. When you're done, you just go back to your control center and select stop recording, and we'll save the video to your photos section on your iPad.